Welcome to Vet Tales, the story of the Sailing Veterinary Clinic. We had just finished our animal health projects in 6 remote villages in the Sea of Cortez and began our journey north to Agua Verde, where we helped a sick pug feel better. Join us this episode as we speed sail to Loreto. Jim's detaching the snubber and we are about to head off here from Agua Verde, probably to Candeleros. So we're going to kind of play it by ear a little bit today. There was a little bit of westerly wind this morning that we were planning originally to wake up early so that we could actually sail a bit today. But with the little pug having needing some veterinary care, we opted to not and to stay and help the animals. Although we are a sailing channel, we are veterinarians and animal care providers first. So yeah, it was worth it to make her feel so happy and hopefully feel better. It was also a really good contact to make because we now have Leonore's number and she's going to help us look at organising some campaigns here in the future, at least finding out what the needs are. It's a really big town, so it would require a lot of planning and a lot of funding because it's not just, 20 dogs. We've got like 100 potentially, and it sounds like the spay and neuter is going to be necessary here, which adds to the expense, but we'll see how we go. Maybe we get lucky and there's a little wind. We'll see.
Probably like 10, 20 degrees.
Okay. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. Yeah. Jesus. Oh man, I feel like we're healing so much.
Yeah, so we're getting 20 knot gusts, so we've gone to a real beam reach here. Not really going in the right direction, but it's a little easier to handle the sails, and Sheddy's trying to put in a reef so we can try to close reach again in the direction we're wanting to go.
Alright, we are now just in the first reef. Just to reduce sail a little bit. Seem to be healing a little less. I like actually went like whee! At one point when we were healing because it was like the boat was like so this seems a little better. Probably have to tack a little bit to get close to where we're going though, I think.
Yeah, we only got blown a little bit off course, but
yeah,
it's all good.
To put the reef in underway, we really had to go kind of almost beam reached to be able to get enough wind off the sail to get it in. Our reefing system isn't ideal because our hooks, we've got hooks, but they don't actually reach the hooks on the sail. It's too much of a distance, so we have to tie it and it just takes a bit of time. So probably need to work out something better longer term for it. This feels a bit more comfortable for me though.
We handled that last gust a lot better.
Yeah, not getting as bad wind, Hal.
Oh, you gotta, I don't think the autopilot would be working.
No.
Right now I'm really keeping us.
And yeah, we're still making 6.5 knots, so we're doing okay. This level of wind was like definitely not predicted. We were meant to have, if anything, like 4 or 5 knots from the east, and we're getting more like 15 plus knots from the northwest. So yeah, we weren't expecting to sail today, and here we are, flying along with reefs in. we are adjusting sails a lot because we're getting these gusts and then it kind of dies. Like right now there's not so much, so we're trying to pull the head sail in, the main sail in, and then we get a bit more speed, and then as the gusts come and we start to heel too much, we can let it out, and then some of the wind spills off of it. So that's kind of what we've been doing. East or just gone?
I think it just died. Just like that, the wind died.
All right, should we get the head sail in and...
Yeah.
All right, just like that, the wind died, and now we actually, if anything, have an easterly, but it's only like a 4 knot easterly. So there you go. So now we're motoring, but we were able to sail 3/4 of the way, which is a lot better than we were expecting. So, yeah. We are anchored up in Candeleros, is what this place is called. It's really beautiful. You can see the really pretty backdrop. Water's really lovely and clear. It's not as popular of an anchorage as some of the areas here because there is a resort there. But we aren't planning on going to the resort anyway. We're anchored far enough away. We're closer to this kind of more natural, beautiful scenery. And yeah, we're only gonna be here one night, so we're gonna jump in, go for a swim, and then tomorrow we head to Loreto, where we're hoping to reprovision so that we can then cross over to San Carlos. There might be a weather window to leave in a few days with a good southerly so that we might be able to actually sail, so we'll see. We were very pleasantly surprised today though. We were expecting a really big motor fest and we ended up sailing, which was really cool and going like really fast. It was also good practice. We haven't reefed in a really long time because we haven't needed to. I feel like we've only reefed since we've been back on Chuffed sailing like twice, you know, this season. So it was good practice to remember how we do it currently, and also to realize that maybe we needed a bit of a different system. You know, it was one thing doing that in like 20 knot gusts, but you know, if it was 40 knot gusts and high big seas and things, that would have been really hard. So yeah, all good lessons to learn. Now though, I'm going to enjoy this water. It looks very inviting. That's good. Jim is just doing some video editing. There he is. Hi Jim.
Hello.
And I'm about to cook the bonito that we caught yesterday. We ate at the restaurant yesterday, so yeah, we didn't have to eat it. So we're eating it today. As you can see, it's a pretty red meat fish. And some people won't eat it because of how red meat it is. But we've cut it really thin and we're gonna marinate it with some soy sauce and some sesame oil. And I think it's gonna taste really good. Jim and I also don't eat red meat normally, so this is kind of like steak for us. What do you think of the bonito?
Oh, I'm inhaling it.
It's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly delicious. We were really dug in. We had a real blow last night, like 35 knots. Anchor was well set. We had planned on leaving for Loreto quite early this morning, but we ended up with like a gale last night. And the boat was fine. We held really well, but it's very hard to sleep in 35 knots of wind. Like the anchor makes a ton of noise, the snubber makes a ton of noise, the rigging's, you know, rattling, everything's flapping. So anyway, we didn't get as much sleep as we'd hoped last night. So it is now like around, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11, and we're heading to Loreto so that we can reprovision before we have to cross over to San Carlos. This was a really beautiful bay though. And as far as things go, better to ride out the westerly here because the westerly's from there, so we don't have much fetch. Some of these islands can get a lot of build up. So we were in the right spot for it. It's just a lot of wind. Wouldn't have thought it, but we are getting the sails up again. There's been more wind than we keep thinking there's going to be. Well, that got us a little bit more speed.
Yeah.
4 point something knots.
Your current weight.
How fast are we going? A ripping 2 knots.
A ripping 2.2 knots.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's better than 0.9.
Exhilarating.
Alright, we've arrived into Loreto. It's about 3 p.m. I think we're going to just go in tonight. There's a dinghy dock. So we're thinking we might just go in for dinner and get a lay of the land, and then we can go back tomorrow morning and get the things we need to get to provision. So yeah, we'll play it by ear a little bit. We're kind of just going with the flow based on the weather and things because it's been all a bit strange. But in theory, we shouldn't have too much wind tonight and it should be a relatively comfortable anchorage. It is kind of like open roadstead though, you're not really very protected, but because it'll be a westerly tonight, in theory it'll be coming from that way, so we should be okay. We've made it onto Loreto. Onto, I say, because we are on the ground of Loreto now. We brought the dinghy into this little dinghy dock. We're going to go visit the office to pay for the dinghy dock, and then we can explore the town a little bit. So we just paid at this little office here for the dinghy dock, and look how cute the trash cans are here. Little hawksbill.
Navigate your walking down.
Loreto's very pretty.
Yeah.
So cute. Well, that was a very enjoyable little excursion. Head back in tomorrow now that we've done the reconnaissance to provision. Well, it's dead calm this morning, which is great because it meant we slept really good, which is very nice because the night before there was like 35 knot winds, so we didn't sleep so well. And we need to provision today. So it'll be a good day to go in and out of Loreto on provision, and then we're going to move the boat further north so we're in a good jumping off position to cross to San Carlos. So it's going to be a busy day. Caffeine will be important. Now that we have fresh fruit and vegetables, we are going to head to Isla Coronados. It's only about 7 miles away, especially because we can stay in the shallow waters. Otherwise you've got to go all the way around the island and it can take a little longer, but for us it'll be short. And we're going to use that as our likely launching off point to then leave to San Carlos in 2 days, provided the winds stay the same. But the benefit of this island is you're still within cell reception from La Paz, so we'll be able to keep checking the weather. And sorry, Loreto, not La Paz, we're in cell reception from Loreto, so that we can still keep checking the weather and keep our plans up to date. But if all goes to plan, we'll be leaving in 2 days because there's meant to be a bit of a weather window that should push us north, a southerly wind. It's the same color as the ocean. Thanks for watching. Our work is made possible by you. Become a patron to get loads of extras like live updates, or you can simply share this video or comment and give it a like to help us out. Until next episode, stay chuffed, everybody.